Hi, and welcome to Coding with Jesse. I'm Jesse Skinner, and today I'm going to keep working on my work. So, I am working on this user interface for cryptocurrency. Yesterday, I made some good progress. I got all this stuff done. I was working on this upload thing. So, what I'm going to do first off is continue on where I left off. I have this browsing for a photo, but what I want is that when you select a photo, like my logo or whatever, that it shows up in the middle. Right now it doesn't do anything. So I am going to... there's some different ways I can do this. Basically, when you select a file with a file input, you can listen for... I don't know what the event is, on change or something. And then read the contents of the file into a data URI, and then actually use that data URI as if it were an image URL or URI. And I should be able to render it inside there. I guess you would... I'm not sure if the cloud should stay there. Maybe. But, like, maybe the cloud's there to indicate that you can click again to upload a different one. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So, I need to remind myself how to do this. Now, I have a different library, not a public one, but with the same client. I have a little library I use on some other sites that has an interface for upload crop, basically. So when you upload a photo, you have a chance to have an interface to crop it. I'm not sure if I want to integrate that right away, though. It's Dam's Life says, completed almost 75% of your yesterday's video. Had network issues today, so I had to work late. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, let's do this. So what you missed, I guess, was... oh no. I gotta start my... I had to reboot, so I have to start everything up again. What you missed was me working on a couple of those steps, I guess. So, actually, I struggled getting that cloud to look right for probably like half an hour or something stupid. Yeah, give me a sec here. So, I want to work inside here. And I was using this terminal for npm run dev, which runs my Webpack dev tools. And it's broken. Oh yes, I remember. So yesterday I was like, I couldn't get it to work, so I was working off a branch, and I haven't done any work to fix that. So let's solve that now. I need to do npm install to get that international tel input or whatever it is to show up. And I don't know. Let's try it out. So it builds, but my problem was that when I go back here, it's blank. I think the paths have probably changed. I don't see any. It does say check login false, so maybe I need to be logged in somehow. Excuse me. I'm not really sure. Let's have a look at the router for this project. I think that'll help me. So I think it's an app. Collection user ID seems fine because that's my URL's collection whatever number. Maybe that user ID needs to be real now. So if I go to my collection, it's gonna... I think it's using live data now. Maybe that's the problem. And because I'm not logged in, it won't load. Something like that. Let's check network tab. Yeah, it seems to be... It's trying to hit this API, but I'm not logged in, so it bombs. So I should be able to get that working if I log into the same system which is the same as logging into here, I think. So this is part of a wider system, and yeah, there's a login. So I just need come back. I clicked the wrong thing. I just need to log in. I think if I just log into one, because they all share like this login system. If I log into one, it should log into all of them. So I'm gonna do this off screen. 1 sec. Okay, I've logged in, and now that part's fine. Is this working now? It does seem to do more. I do have a login token and stuff. I think it's working, but it's not really working. Maybe because my user doesn't have coins or something, I don't know. I might have to roll back to where we were using dummy data. User 123 was not found. Oh, I see. So I need like an actual user ID. Maybe I can figure out what to use here. I don't really know. Oh, maybe I can I'll check my email off over here. If I can't figure this out, I'll just roll back to where it was all dummy data. But the problem is I'm collaborating with another developer, so she's advanced this to where it's not just fake anymore. It's like actually using real data and stuff, so I might need help from them setting up my account. But until then, I just need a user ID. I don't know. Yeah. Forget it. I'm just going to roll back because the thing I'm working on doesn't need live data at all. So what's going on? No, I don't care about that. If I just I'll just check out the branch I was working on yesterday. We'll just work from there. Okay. Whatever. Forget that. I might want to like actually fork this so that I can work on this separate from the live data. But maybe not. I don't know. Jesse's coin. That's what I was testing with. Yeah, Jesse's coin. So I need to add a listener to this input file. File input. Input file listener. I just can't remember it. I think it's like on file. On. It might be on change, but for some reason I think it's something different. Maybe it's on change. Change and input. What's the difference? Tell me. Change. Input. Input is when an input is changed, and change is when it's probably the same thing. Change maybe has better support. I don't know. Let's go with change. So then I should get an event, and I should be able to read the data from the event. I feel like I do this too often, so whatever. I'll just do it again. So in my create a coin. It's just like there's a bunch of stuff that you need to do when you do this that I've done before, and I'm trying to figure out if I should just reuse some of that code. For example, if you take a picture on your phone, it might not be rotated correctly. It might, like, it looks right on your phone, but if you upload it to the web, it's wrong. because there's metadata that says which way the photo should be oriented, so you have to kind of rotate it to fix that, stuff like that. So I'm probably better off if I solve that all at once. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to open up that upload crop I mentioned and see if it's worth reusing. Yep. Okay. Or at least copying. If I don't reuse the actual code, because I think the code's tied to how some other of the sites are doing stuff. I'll probably just copy the code from here. And I don't need to do the cropping. I don't need a user interface. The parts I need are the listener. Basically, this is the on change, and then this does some of the stuff, and then there's a lot more to it, but I'll just copy this parts of it. And I don't think it should be part of the create a coin. Well, maybe. I'm just thinking maybe there's other places you'll be uploading photos in this app, but maybe not. Maybe create a coin is the only place you upload a photo. I'll keep it in here for now. It is getting big though, isn't it, this file? Well, I can refactor later. So, yeah, I'm going to have it at least twice. There's 2 different files you're going to upload here, so I do want some code reuse around that. Maybe I need like a file uploader that handles some of that stuff. So I could do like image upload, and then, yeah, how about I do that? And then that'll come from somewhere else. And then that'll be where I centralize some of this. And then if I decide later to use that upload crop or whatever, I can do it all in that place. I need to make that file. Image upload, and it will export. I assume there'll be a state, so let's do image upload extends component. Maybe a render function of some kind. It should return a file input. Nope, type file. I need to import component from React and React itself, I guess. Yeah, so that's some of it. I'm going to paste in what I copied, but I'm going to rework it in. So on change, this is going to call this dot, let's do it like this, event, this dot on change event. And then inside there, it will, so I want to get the files, const files, which are under target.files. And theoretically you can upload multiple files, but this isn't a multiple, this is a single. So I can just shortcut this to file equals the first file, the 0th. And if there's a file, because you might cancel, or there might be a circumstance where there's no file. But if there is a file, then this stuff, kind of, part of it. So, not that exactly. I don't really need to know the element. I need to make a reader, a file reader. I need to tell it what to do when it succeeds, but I don't know. The data URI will be this, but I don't know what to do with it yet. So let's say to do. So it's going to read in, it's going to try to read the image's data URI. And if that fails, something else. But maybe nothing. It should, you know what, I'll just put an alert here. Error uploading image. So I'm not sure, that's like horrible error handling, but it's better than nothing, you know. At least then if like a user is trying to upload something, it won't just do nothing. It'll have an ugly alert, error uploading image. They can refresh and try again, or at least they have something to go on. Hopefully that never happens. That's self-explanatory. I think that's fine now. This is the part I wanted. This is the bare minimum. So I think we're okay. I just need now to do something with the data URI. So I'm gonna change this to be a fat arrow, and that way I have access to do this.setState inside here, because otherwise there's a closure. This refers to reader, but I want this to refer to image upload. So the way to do that is use a fat arrow, like so. And I think I'm okay. I need to this.setState. I actually don't want to keep that in state. I guess what I want to do is pass it up to whoever created this image upload thing. So I guess it'll be like a props dot on upload or on change, and it's actually going to get the data URI, not the event per se, but the contents of the image. So I could also, or it might be, I could just leave that, and then when you try, there'll be an error that tells you, oh, I forgot the on change. Or I could, I don't know. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Otherwise, it'll just fail and you won't know why. So I'll leave it like that. This code I don't need. And I can format it. And I think that's good. So in my, where I have the image upload, wherever that was, now I need an on change. It's gonna get a data URI. And what I'm gonna do there, now I do want state, but I don't think I want it in the front tab. I think I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday. You might have missed that, it's dams, but I'm keeping the state in like the parent component in here. So I want to get the front image. I want it in there. So image upload passes it up through that on change, but then I'm also gonna pass it up to something. I'll say on upload on front image. How about that? So actually I'll just pass that handler down. And what's gonna happen actually is, here I'm gonna format this a bit. What's gonna happen is I want that image to show up in this coin. So what I need to do is add image, front image, and I need front image here. And I need to pass that in. Do I want to call it front image? Yeah, I guess there's front image, back image. So let me think. This front image I need to pass down into front tab. Right? I need it in here too. Then it goes into there. I also need to pass it now an on front image handler of some kind. Set front image. I can also just do a set state front image. Okay, let's format that. I had that set name, but that was just because I was trying to debug that. I'm gonna get rid of that. I think that's overkill. Like there's already a method set state. It's kind of overkill to have set name, which just calls set state name. Same thing, really. Yeah, I think that's enough. So let's see, front. I think I have all the parts wired up, but there's all these little things, so I might have forgotten something. Let's try it. It's the only way to know. Create a coin. Next. Whatever. Next. Oh no. Something's not working. I don't know, maybe the input's not even there. Coin preview, coin root. Yeah, I'm not seeing any input. Oh, there's like undefined. That's probably the input. Something's gone wrong. Let's see. This seems fine. I'm returning an input. Oh, maybe because well, it should be like a sibling. It should be right after that upload cloud. Yeah, it is that. Whatever this is the problem. It has a change listener. Undefined. Maybe it's one of those things where I have to restart Webpack. Is it your fault, Webpack? I find whenever I add a new file or things like that, Webpack seems to cache some parts of that. I'm not sure. Let's find out. Whatever name. Nope, wasn't that. Sorry, Webpack, I throw you under the bus way too often. Undefined. I've just never seen that before. That's a weird thing. Maybe something to do with how I'm exporting it. I don't know. I'm just pulling at straws here, if that's the term. Export default. Oh, that's why. Haha. Sometimes trying to do a fix makes you like realize what it really is. Export default. So it wasn't default, so it was like a named one. So this image upload was actually, it would have been like this, which is fine, but that's, anyway, as long as I'm consistent. You gonna work now? Whoops. Okay, work now. I don't actually need a name. I don't do any validation there. Yeah. Yeah. Looks stupid, but that's my fault. It's a stupid image, but it works. I gotta have a better... I have that cat picture from wherever that is. That was in the coin test or something. Example cat. Let's go. Yeah. Example cat is there. Yeah. So I think maybe that cloud should disappear. Probably. And I feel like I need a cursor here, but I think that might be a limitation. Oh no, it shouldn't be. Okay, let's use CSS, throw up a cursor there. No, not this. Create a coin CSS. Coin preview should have cursor pointer. Simple as that. Yeah, it should disappear. You're right. Azal, good to see you. Welcome back. Let's make it disappear. Front tab. Whoa, click the wrong thing there. Okay. No, I'm all turned around now. So, yeah, what I'll do is say, to do like a conditional, I can just say like front image, or the way, I guess I'll do not front image and, in other words, if front image is empty, then render the cloud. Otherwise, don't. Format that. Okay, that should do it. Whatever. Example cat. Yeah. So that works. You can theoretically browse to do a different one. Then go next. I think we're done this step. Next. And the exact same thing on the back. You can also match front. So I need to wire that button up. And so first of all, I'm just going to mostly copy everything over. Kappa2, Capulara. Hello. Are you making that face because I have to copy everything? Hey guys. This will be very similar, like stupidly similar, but will be this. So, okay, I don't have all the data I need, so there will be some text on the back, but I don't know what it is. I just don't know, like, the user interface doesn't have anything about entering in text on the back, but I think it's supposed to come from the user's, like, domain name. I don't know if they don't have a domain name, I don't know. Maybe nothing. So I'm gonna leave upper text blank, and actually let's pull up the brief. Brief will tell me. Yada yada yada, did that one. So what does it say? Upload it back. That's all it says. And here the example is jodyrich.cred, which is a domain name. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be the user's domain name if they're logged in. And I guess that's the same. So I'll leave that blank for now. Or I could use the text from the front. How about I do that? Because then at least it looks, say, better than nothing. I'll put back the upper text. Name. And yeah, I'll just leave that. This is all the same. My image upload's the same, but now I'm going to pass it on back image. Match front. So how that'll work is some kind of on click on there. Am I using JSX in a JS file? Yep, I am. You mean that my file extension's JS and the JSX? Yep. Yep. On click. Something. I guess what I want to do is, what does that mean? Not like this. Oh well. Can't please everyone. Front image, back image. What's that one? Yeah, you're not a fan of React, I take it. That's alright. Pretend it's just JavaScript. It's just JavaScript. So I could pass the front image into the back tab so that when I click match front, it's gonna like take the front image and stick it into on back image. That's how I can achieve that. On back image, front image. Okay, so now I just need to pass all these params down into the tab. This is where having it split up is getting maybe dumb because I end up passing everything through, you know? Oh, whatever, I have a formatter. On back image, let's say. And then I need to pass both front and back to the back. Name I'm passing, but later it'll be something else. That might work already, because I can't think of anything else I need to do. How did I make the shine on the coin linear gradient? The shine is an SVG. So I think I can open it here. Coin.js. No, I have to open it. It's an SVG gradient. I'll just say that. Alright. I'll turn around here. Something's broken. I don't see any problems. Console. Back image is not defined. That's right. Back image. Okay. Now it works. Blah, blah, blah. Hello, try hard, please. How's your day going? Example cat. Oh, the CSS. That's right. So I need the same CSS on both. So what I can do is take out the nav front on this and just have it apply to all coin previews inside my modal. That should do it. whatever, and then good. Wait, no, not good. I know it's wrong. I'm probably using front image where I should be using back image in the back tab. Back cat. Yeah, here. Alright, this should do it. Next. Whatever. Okay, this will be blank. Oh, I need the cloud. Okay, it doesn't matter. The cloud is for decoration. I'll add it in a second, but I should be able to go upload a picture. Use a different. I'll use the coin texture. That'll look really weird. It's there. You see it. But then if I click match front, example cat. Yeah, it's cool. Let me throw that cloud back in. Oh, I see. The cloud is there, but I have to do it. If there's no back image, then there's a cloud. Let's walk through it again for posterity's sake, but I already know it's gonna work. 'Cause it was a pretty easy bug fix. Yeah, cloud's there. Match front. Cloud's gone. Good. What's next? My new cred coin is looking awesome. Add it to my collection. So I guess this will be what? Advanced. Set color and value. Okay. It's supposed to look like this. So I need that front back again. This is where you see your front, your back. I'm just sighing because there's these numbers. I don't know where they're supposed to come from. Am I supposed to, are they examples? I don't know. So under advanced, you get this, you get a color picker, but you don't. All series 1 coins are gold, so I think I'm supposed to make a color picker that you're not allowed to use for some reason. Or it can, there needs to be like a prop that says whether it can be used or not. That'll have to do on the state of the series. But, so like what it is I think you can issue a coin and then you can like reissue it. Or yeah, you have like a series 2. So the series 1 is always gold, and then you can issue like a series 2 that's a different color. But I'm not sure if that belongs in create a coin, because isn't that something you do the second time? So I'm actually going to leave the coin color off, because as far as I can tell, you don't need it. And it'd just be confusing, I think. But you might want to set a coin value. And so I need a slider for that. And then you also need to set how many coins there are. Again, that's not defined for me, so it's a drop down, but I don't know what the options will be. Like 1, 2, 3, all the way up to a big number, I don't know. Or maybe it's like 1 to 10, or I don't know. There might be like certain sizes you can choose from. If I read the actual specs, it just says coin color always gold and cannot be changed for first issue. I don't know why it's in there. Coin value, default 1 cred. Quantity, default 1. But again, doesn't really say. So we do need that. Like, you do need to be able to say how many coins from the start. And you do need to be able to set a value. 1 cred is approximately $1 US. You might not want to spend that much. Okay. So first thing is getting your coin to look right. So in the add tab, I need to pass in pretty much all the data, but no change handlers. And then I just do the front back, coin front back, same as I had on the first step, but now actually using your data. So instead of this placeholder, it'll be that. But instead of the dummy data, it's actually going to have your real data. Upper text is name. Upper text to the back, I don't know yet. So I'll use name. Image is now going to be front image. The back image. Back image. Yeah, let's try that out. Create a coin, blah, blah, blah. Pick a name. Upload example cat. Yeah, let's do a different image to be sure. What's in here? That, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it all works. That was easy. So now I need a drop down, an accordion. I'll probably use Bootstrap. Bootstrap didn't really work for me yesterday. That's why I'm not really sure. And then I need a slider, which is probably good to use. Bootstrap. I don't know. Does Bootstrap have a slider built in? I need T. I feel like I searched for this the other day. Obviously, because I clicked this. What was I looking for when I did that? I don't know. Yeah, I talked about that. I don't remember. It wasn't the same type of slider, that was something else. So I think I can also just do it as straight up React. So what I need is to render it like this. It's hard to see, but there's like a gray line above and below. There's a caret there. And then I guess when you add it, when you click it, I see then like a section appears below it with another line. These are using the same line as this, which is Bootstrap CSS. So I think Bootstrap has an accordion at least. So I should be able to get pretty far just using this kind of thing. The card component. That's not really, like, yeah, it's like that, but it's just with one. It's not a group. So I still think this might be okay markup for what I need. Let's copy it. Whoops. Let's try this. We'll see how far we can get with this. Collapse one. I don't need all this. Not all of it. Heading one. This heading will be the word advanced. I don't know. ID accordion. I don't think I need that. Card. Sure. The body is not this. What kind of lorem ipsum is this? Brunch 3 Wolf Moon. Sustainable VHS. I don't know. Contents. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, the other thing I can do for the next few minutes is move my add tab to the start. And does that make it show up first? Maybe not, actually. No. Forget that then. I just want to like skip it. Skip all the other stuff. Fade show active. So if I put show active, it'll appear right off the bat. Just save me a few seconds every time I refresh. Yeah, okay, it's down here. That's fine. So yeah, that actually worked right out of the box, more or less. But what I need to do is a lot of stuff. I want to style this very differently. I want the lines to go all the way to the edge. So they're like in... I think the problem is that they're in the modal body, and I need them to like be a modal body, if that makes sense. Not really, does it? They're like inside, right? So I need them... This advanced is out of date. You're out of there. I need to maybe move this down and back. Does that help? Yeah, that's good enough for that. So then I just need to style that very differently. It's styled as a button with button link. And I don't want that. I think there's like button... I don't know, there's like a way to say it. This isn't really a button. Maybe by just taking button link out. No, then it looks like that. I guess it doesn't... It should be a button so that it's accessible, so that you can like tab to it and hit enter. But I want this whole thing really to be the button. Let me see. Bootstrap button styles. Link is probably a good... It's pretty close. Secondary, but that's... I think it's only because it has a white background that I like it. Link is like... So actually not looks like a button. So maybe I do want link, and then I'll just override the styles of the... So it looks less like a link. Basically, button link. It's probably impossible to see. Wait, why does it look like that now? It's like some weird hybrid. Button link. Huh. Weird. But that's still just that part, and I actually want... So there's like this heading, card header. I don't need that class, I don't think. And I'm gonna put an ID for this area labeled by. I'll call it create a coin advanced, because I don't like IDs that are gonna be heading 1. That's just for the example from the website. Data parent hashtag accordion, so I need like an ID also for that. Heading 1. I don't think I need this at all. I might be wrong, but we'll see. I don't think I need... I don't know. I don't know what this H5MB0 is doing. Let's see how messed up it is now. Oh, I also want to replace this collapse 1 with advanced contents. It's not too bad. It's getting there. That line I'd like back. How do I do that? So I might be able to put modal body on stuff to make it get that line or whatever. Collapse show. I don't want it shown. Modal body. Let's see how messed up that gets. What if I put modal body on a button and take that out? Who knows? It's actually not that bad. The alignment's wrong. I want it to be left aligned, but... So, that's pretty good. I need... It's actually trippy that putting modal body was enough to make that look not too bad. That's modal body, and that's modal body. But why don't they each have a line? I thought modal body gives them a border top or something. No. What about in this one? Outline 0, but border radius. 50 pixel border radius. Oh, on the button. Yeah, I get it now. Sort of. It's like, maybe I don't actually want to style it button anything. How does that look? You know what, it's going to have all these button styles then. Yeah. Big time. I do want to cut those out. I think button link is my best bet. But, yeah, I need like... I think I need to wrap this to separate the modal body from... And you know, I don't think I need it wrapped in card. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure what card is doing for me. So if I take that out, it's probably better. It's not really different. Like there's, what I'm seeing is this. Why is that round? Whoop. Whoa. Why is that rounded? It doesn't need to be. It's because it thinks it's a button. Or it's the button that has the rounded part. I'll demonstrate that by doing this. Hello. There. Oh. What? The modal body has a... No. The modal body apparently has a rounded corner. That seems unlikely. I am using an accordion in Bootstrap. Thank you very much. Thoastic. Or what do you mean? What I'm trying to figure out is why it's like styled wrong. I got the collapsing part working. That's fine. The part I'm like struggling over is just styling it to look like my markup, my mock-up. So I need a caret in there. It's gonna change up or down depending if it's open or closed. Yep, using Bootstrap. I'm not really sure. So it's not that bad. Maybe I can ignore it. I'm just like a pixel perfectionist. When I see a couple pixel, like I don't think anyone's gonna notice that rounded corner here, but I do. There's also a side border I don't need. Whoa, 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 whoa. So what happens if this is not a button? Just curious. If I take those out, it's still rounded. So it has nothing to do with the button. Something else going on. Maybe it's the card. Goodbye, card. I don't know what you're for. Oh, I gotta zoom out. Yeah, I mean the card seems to have been adding something to it. Hey, a Ryu fan, welcome back. I'm just scratching my head over Bootstrap again today. I'm not really sure. I'm still working on this cryptocurrency UI. This is a really minor thing. It shouldn't be taking me so long to make it work. To be honest. Data parent. I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't think it matters. This is fine. I just need to style it manually, I guess. I thought modal body would have borders in it. Apparently not. Maybe it's like, maybe I should call it modal footer. Maybe then it, can you have like 3 modal footers? Modal footer might have a specific meaning too. Yeah, it does. Thoastic, thanks for following. I appreciate it. Okay, footer is stupid. Maybe there's like modal section. I gotta look up the documentation on this. Bootstrap modals. With CSS, I probably would have been done this in like 5 minutes, but I gotta do it the Bootstrap way. Modal body. So I'm guessing you only have one modal body. Is there any way to like steal the border from the modal and just have it modal content, header, footer, body? Maybe I can have a different modal content, like more than one. I don't know, it seems hacky. Is modal content my parent? Yeah, there. I see. So I already have a header, then the nav, and somehow in the nav, then there's tabs, and they have modal body and footer. Alright, you know what? Let's use CSS, because this is not worth spending half an hour to figure out how to draw a line. So, what color are you, border? We're going to copy you. Give me your number. No. I still can't figure it out, though. Where does that line come from? There it is. E9, EC, EF, border bottom of modal header. So all I have to do is maybe leave that. The button doesn't need anything. I'm going to style it all by itself. And then the contents don't need this card body, I don't think, because I'm not doing anything with cards. And I'll just style it all myself in here. So I have this ID, create a coin advanced. I can straight up just use that. Create a coin advanced. Let's say border top this. Is that gonna do it? Yep, but I know I need to do some other stuff. So it's a button. I need to be actually display block. Is that enough to make it width 100%? Border radius 0. I guess width 100%. Border top and bottom. So the way I can do that is just say border. Why class name? Because it's React. I'm actually using Preact, so I don't have to use class name, but I just do things in a React compatible way in case we go back to using React, I guess. Border, I think it goes top, right, left, or top, right, bottom, left. So 1 pixel 0, 1 pixel 0. I think that's how it works. No. Getting somewhere though. Yeah, this is wrong. So I think, okay, I don't think that syntax works. I think what I have to do is do border 1 pixel and then do border left 0, border right 0. That'll work. And then I also want text align left. That's pretty good. I don't need it uppercase. I don't know who's doing that. Text transform uppercase. Don't need that. Text transform none. But again, now I'm like undoing Bootstrap's classes that are, it's a little bit silly when I could probably not have a class. Now it'll look more like a button, but now I can like undo the styles, like not the Bootstrap ones, but the ones I care about, if that makes sense. Like, I don't need to undo border radius because it already is. And text align left, it probably already is too. No. So now I need some line height, text indent, and I also want to have a caret on the end that changes up and down. Line height, something 3 EM. Try that. That's pretty good. So when you click it, yeah, the contents appear and disappear. It's really janky. Really janky. I don't know why. It's like a 2-stage. It like appears and then animates a bit a second later. I do not want to spend too much time on this kind of little stuff, so what I might do is ditch Bootstrap right here. Just use state. Then I don't have to worry about any of this. How's that sound? Then I can just make it appear and disappear. I kind of need the state anyway because I need to know. I need to draw a different caret one way or the other. So how about the area stuff? I think I can leave. Not necessarily. Yeah, well, the thing about class name is it's the JavaScript property. So it kind of exposes what JSX is actually doing. This is not HTML, this is JavaScript. So by setting an attribute, a JSX attribute, you're setting a JavaScript attribute on the element. I spent so much effort into it, I broke the animation. Yeah, but it wasn't really working before either, was it? I don't need modal body here. Maybe that's actually what's causing that. That might be what you're alluding at. Yeah, you know what, that was it. Yeah, I was trying too hard, putting too much stuff around. Now it works fine. I'll leave it like that. Cool. Will I take a look at your website? Yeah, never mind. I never mind seeing other people's work, sure. I need the caret and I need to indent this a bit. How much? This much. I don't know. How much is that? Doesn't matter. 2 EM. Oops. So text indent. I've been doing web dev since, my first website I made in, I don't know, 95 or something. Before that, I did BBS development. I used to draw ANSYs and set up people's BBSs, if you know what that is. Ian, thanks for watching. That's too much. Let's go 1 EM. 1 M. No, I just need the stupid caret. Ian, thanks for following. I appreciate it. I can do the caret as, I might be able to do it all in CSS. So the way you do that is you can do like an after. I think it's like this. And then you do like content. And then some function or something like text, but it's not that. Or is it like or is it just like a string? Hello. Let's try that. Does that make the word hello appear? Yeah. So what I can do is make the content be a caret and then use a class to toggle which caret appears. I'm already using a caret somewhere else. So let me find the hex code for it. That was, I'll search for, yeah, there it is. Under the popular names, that's right. So I should be able to do this. And then I can like style it as if it were its own element. So I can do like float right, for example. I think that'll be good enough. I didn't know that would happen. So I guess it can't be like any HTML. It can only be text. So I need to like... No, God, there's got to be a way to do that. Hex code entity in CSS content. CSS is not HTML. Thank you for that information. Oh, this kind. So backslash some stuff. Like this. Like that. Yep. And I can move it 1 EM back and then with a margin right. And then so the last thing I want to do is like have a class to toggle if it's open or closed. So I wonder how to do that. I might be able to do it. I feel like the Bootstrap might be adding a class that I can hook into. Let me see what happens. There's nothing there, but when I click it, then it adds data. It adds area expanded true. That doesn't seem like a good hook for styling, but it might be okay. Is that the only thing that changes? Oh no, it adds, okay, so it adds collapsed, or it takes away collapsed. So by default, it's collapsed. Right? Yeah, it's not even my class. I could add that though. Class name. And that way, I can style based on that. Yeah, so let's try that. Does the class selector come before or after this? So I'm basically going to have, which way should it go? Down means it's, oh, I see. Up means it is expanded. So when it's collapsed, before what? Oh, before this, like, yeah, thank you. But which one's which? So when it's collapsed, it's a down arrow, which this is already. So I need to find the up arrow. Let's find the hex for that. No, entity, HTML entity. Let me put the word entity. There it is, B4, the number 4. That should do it. That should be it. Yep. Seems okay. I'm gonna give it a cursor too, so it looks more clickable. That's cool. It's still a bit janky, but not like, I don't know if you can see the jankiness. It's sort of, if you look at the gray part under the modal, you can see it's like a bit janky. Mata, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. You know, this is fine though. I'm way too picky about these little things sometimes. Alright, let's move on. So I need a coin picker that you can't use. I need a slider that looks like jQuery UI. The easing? Yeah, you might be right. Maybe it's just because it's so small of a thing. Let's flush it out and then I'll worry about how it animates. So I need a color picker. Can you do this these days? I think so. I need a slider. I don't think there's type slider, is there? Probably not. And I need what's the other thing? Drop down. And I don't know what the options are for that yet. I need to see the full name to say hi to that. Well, thanks for the follow. I'm waiting for my other thing to show me what the name is, but thank you. Option 1 coin. So the... And then, like, I don't know what the other options will be. Alright. Looks horrible. Color picker seems to work, but it should be disabled. So it's kind of silly. Disabled. The slider is not a thing. I kind of half remember there being an HTML5 slider, but... A range? Input type range. Hell yeah. Yeah. Using that. If the support is bad, then it'll what? I don't know. I'll have to figure out like how to use it too. What value is this? I don't know. Obviously you must have a from and a to and a step and a yeah, broad support, but the average user needs a private lesson. It's true. Mine's like, I don't know if it's because I'm on Linux, but this... Oh, it's disabled now. It looked like way too hard for even me to use. That's fine for now. It's gonna be like locked out anyway, so I should be able to do value and then drop in the default gold color, which is actually in my coin code. Oh, that's not my coin code. It's actually in I don't know. I'll open up my coin code. Sorry, I never saw your name. It didn't come up. I only saw it on my little animation. I couldn't read the whole thing. So the default background color is this hex code. I'm just gonna copy and paste that. It should probably be like coming from some source of truth and not be in two different libraries, two different places. But what can you do? So I'm gonna put in the text for this coin color, this, and then all series 1 coins are gold. I need kind of all that stuff, and this color picker isn't the one I have, or unless there's a way to like say you want more detail. I don't think it's up to me. Appearance variations. They don't look that... Oh, I see variations, like how different browsers handle it. Yeah, I don't think I have that much control over what it looks like. So I will leave it for now. I'm going to put it in a paragraph with a label. Say color, the input, and then there'll be like some small text that has a lock icon. I don't know if there's like a lock HTML entity. Yeah, that's a good one. I think you do this. And then the text was what? Like, all series 1 coins are gold. I believe it was formatted like that. Close label, close P. I'll just format it. Same thing for the range. This time the range, it's a little different. Coin value, and then I'm gonna need to have the number here that is, as you change this, that number will change. Good evening, Ginger Jar. Welcome back. How was your day? value, cred, and then here I want to like, it's different than that, but I think I'll also use small approx. See, this is probably going to come from a database or something, but I don't have that now. 0.00125. That can't be like a hard-coded thing, is it? That, I think the value of Ethereum is a little more, I think it changes. I don't think it's set. Not bad. Working on unit tests all day at work. That's cool. Is it like, are you putting unit tests in to test old code? Or is it like actually like test-driven development? I really like test-driven development. As you see, I don't really do it. It's really hard with client-side, like browser stuff, to be doing. Like, how would I do this part test-driven? I could write a test that's like, oh, it's gotta render a color picker, but I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the HTML is supposed to look like until it works. So I don't know. I can't write a good test for it until it works. And what works is how it looks. Unit test old code. That's a pain, eh? Better than nothing, I guess, but it's not usually worthwhile. Excuse me, Wally. There we go. Get my slippers on. My work slippers. Because this is serious business. How's this look? Value's going to be undefined, so I'm going to put the number 1 in there for now. Nope. Why doesn't that work? I think I had it working. Didn't I? I got it working in the other thing. What did I do different? Oh, there needs to be an X. I need to learn how to write my entities. That's the problem. There we go. That's that, but where's the rest? That lock is kind of cute. I don't know. It's like an emoji lock. It works, I think. Is it widely supported? I can't tell. It's like, it isn't, it's technically an emoji. I think emojis have pretty good support now. They're relatively new, but I think I'm going to go with that anyway, until someone tells me otherwise. I think I just need to do a little bit of like formatting here, a little bit. Bootstrap can help me somewhat. So if I use form input, I think on that select, it's going to look closer to this. I need to be reminded about all the Bootstrap formatting. Bootstrap forms. So, yeah, it's kind of like this. A little bit. So I want like a form group. They want me to split the label up with like a 4. I don't like that. I'm going to try to avoid that. I don't want to give them names. They don't need names. Because I'm not submitting to a server or anything. Not directly. Paragraph. They probably want me to use divs or whatever. Form group. And then on the input itself, form control. I don't know what it'll happen with a color and a slide, like a range with form control. I don't know. Never done it. Let's find out. And then I guess the select too. but the select doesn't have a label, not in the mockup. Oh, I do need that still. Here. So I think I remember there being, there's a drop down, and what class are they using on that? Custom select. I don't think that's a Bootstrap class, is it? I don't think they're styling that. But I think if I I think if they don't have a single drop down in this one. I don't know. I'm just going to try form control and see what it looks like. There. That's kind of basically what I want. Oh, you know what? I just realized it's not a drop down. There's an up and down arrow. I think he wants a range. Not a slider range, but a number. This one. That's way easier. Way easier. Then I don't need to worry about what the value will be. Number values 1 for now. Oh, form control probably. Let's try it. Not bad. I'm not really sure why some of these are bigger. Like, they're all different sizes and they all have the same class. So, is there like a max? This says width 100% on it. But for some reason, oh, maybe it's like 100% of the label. And that's why they don't want me to wrap a label around stuff. Fine. You win, Bootstrap. Force me to do things your way. Label 4, and then I have to give it like a globally unique name, basically. Create a coin value. I have to give it a name. And then on this one, I want to do the same. I think 4 refers to a name, or does it have to be an ID? I'll find that out very quickly. If I just click. So if I click this. It doesn't seem to be putting focus on here. No. So I think it has to be an ID. For create a coin color. Yeah. ID equals the same. That should work. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do inline CSS here. Just to make this have a flow, right? Because I don't want to... It's too simple of a thing to add a class and then, you know. Same with this one. Actually, since that's actually the wrong one. No, that's not how that should look. Right, so this is all different anyway. I need some indentation here too. I think I can wrap it in a form. I don't think that'll give it indentation, but it might help for some reason. It'll be like a point where I can. Or actually I can just style it with this ID. I'll try that. Just like a padding 1 EM, something like that. Just so it's not hugging. There. Now it's got space all around. It's looking pretty close to that. Coin color. Oh, I need coin color. Coin color. Coin value. 1 cred. This needs to float though. This is the one that floats, not the other one. Something else. This shouldn't be so big. This one is fine, I think. It looks different here, but I don't know. I don't know if I have a hook to style that. I do need to put these numbers in though. So value, yeah. I need a min and a max. Default min max is 0, 100, so I need something. Step should be 1. Because you're setting, oh, should it be 1? 1 cred. No, I think it should be a decimal. I think it should be a really small decimal. Because it's Ethereum, I think you can do like 6 decimal places. I don't know. Smallest Ethereum unit. But then again, okay, that's too many decimal places. It's like a mil. I don't know. 3, 6, 9. It's too many decimal places. I think I'll go with 2 decimal places. Yeah, it's silly. Let's go 2 decimal places. So step will be... This is one of those things where I'm like, is this going to be a bug fix for me one day? I don't know. I have to make guesses here, and they're not always right. So now I can go... Oh, I don't have any... It's not hooked in yet, but... So the smallest value, I think, should be not 0. Make sense? It might be 0. I think there has to be a value, though. I don't know what the min and max will be. Max, again, I don't know. Sky's the limit. But for today, let's say $1,000. 1,000 cred coins. Otherwise, the slider's going to be like really weird. If that's 1,000, and that, you know what I mean? Value should be 1. It gets kind of unusable though if that's the case. Maybe I need like a more complex slider where it's, as you come here, it's like 1,000. You know what I mean? What do you call that? Like logarithmic. If 0.00125 is $1, it should be more than 2 decimals. Yeah, but it's measured in cred. So 1 cred is 0.00125 Ethereum. 1 cred is $1 US. So, because you can't, I don't think it makes sense. I don't know. These are questions I need to ask. I think 1,000's too high for a max. You don't get it? So, let me explain it. Cred, Ethereum is a currency, a cryptocurrency. Cred is a currency too, issued from Ethereum. And this is your own coin you're making based on cred coins. So there's actually 4 different currencies in a way here. So the value of the coin is expressed in terms of cred coins. 1 cred. And 1 cred is worth basically $1 or whatever Ethereum. This changes all the time. I don't know if a cred is pegged to the US dollar or if it fluctuates. I'm not sure about the underlying tech here. And that's why I'm not really sure what kind of fractions of a cred you can have. Maybe 1 is the minimum, and it has to be multiples of 1. I don't know. Your coin, cred, Ethereum, US dollars. I'd say your coin, cred, Ethereum. And then Ethereum you can sell for money. It's not necessarily US dollars. Ethereum is like, because I'm Canadian, so I would sell Ethereum for Canadian dollars, right? But yeah, the cred coin and Ethereum are definitely tied. They're like both in the Ethereum, I don't know, both Ethereum based. Yeah, so I'm setting the rate from coin to cred exactly. So I think the smallest, I'm going to actually go, let's just assume it's dollar units. Smallest is 1, max is 100. Those assumptions may very well be wrong, but I think they're okay for this kind of version 1. What I'm making right now won't go live right away. It's more of a demo. So I don't so much have to worry about like actual use case right now. This is more about getting something that can be demoed, and then we can work out those finer details later. This thing's fine, but I need a label, and it can't go negative. So I think you can probably do a min max on here too. Min 1, I won't put a max though. Yeah, so that works. And if I type in 0, it's red. Oh, that's actually really cool. This slider, I don't know. Oh, I see why this sucks, because in the mock-up, there's the word coin in there. I'm not aware, but maybe there is a way to say like number and then unit or something. Let's see. I really doubt that they have that. I've never seen that. It looks like a drop-down box, I know, eh? Like I thought it was in the mock-up. But then I realized there's an up and down arrow. Or is that what drop-downs look like on Mac or something? I don't think so. But yeah, it does seem like a drop-down. However, if it's a drop-down with the numbers, it's like really silly in a way to... thanks for checking. It's really silly to have... Not really silly, but you should be able to type whatever number you want, right? If you want to issue like 37 coins, I don't see a problem with that. If you have a drop-down, I don't know if I want to have a drop-down. Okay, so this is supposed to be a drop-down? Thank you for checking that. I'm not using a Mac, so... It's silly, yeah, you agree? So I'm going to do the silly thing and make a select. Because this is a client-side rendered, it's not like... I could actually do effectively an array of 1,000 map to... And then index, it'll return an option with value index plus 1. I guess I don't need a value if it's going to be this. Oh yeah, and then it'll be the same, but then with the word coin. Because it's client-side rendered. Like if I was serving this from the server, I'd feel extra bad about this. But it's only like a small snippet of code, and then it ends up... You'll see. Oh, broken. What am I doing wrong? Is it because this doesn't actually work? Yeah, it's probably true. Basically I need like a for loop, but you can't really do for loops here. I can like make it somewhere else. Here, I'll do that. So that's the nice thing with JSX, you know. Whoever was complaining about it before. The nice thing here is that it is just JavaScript, so I can like make a like options. What would they be? Value options or no? Count options array. Then use a regular for loop. Actually from 1 to 1,000. And populate it. This might be really silly, but I can populate it with like that. Basically that. And then render that in there. So like this. That should work. OneCoin. You see? Isn't that nice? Map is cooler? Yeah, I know. Map is way cooler. I don't know how to like create an array with a range. I think there might be like a brand new function for that came out in the past month or so, but the box that says OneCoin and the mockup is called, let me throw that up here so you can see it. It's called a spinner in Java. Like a number wheel you spin around. Sifixus. Thanks for watching. A spinner, eh? Weird. Oh, new array. Oh, so if yeah, okay, I'll try that. Go back to my map method. So if I wrap this like so. Come on. Something's wrong. What is that in there? What's that supposed to be? Oh, it says white space only. Yeah, I don't know. It's not working. I don't know how to explain that. Okay. Array from range JavaScript. Yeah, it might be value index. Why do we need a drop down? I agree it's better if it's text field input, but that's not my job. My job is to take this and make it real. So I could like, yeah, I can push back and say, you know what, this will be better as a text, but there's like a lot of work went into this. Like it's not just one guy whipped this up. It's like conversations. They might have debated this for an hour and came up with that they only want to drop down. And I wasn't part of that conversation, so I don't know. Assign a variable to the array. Yeah. The thing is, when you make an array, it's all full of undefined. So when you do a map, it might not be iterating. It might be skipping all the undefined slots. So setting values would maybe work, but I don't know. Here's a Stack Overflow. Yeah, that's nice. These are interesting ways of doing that. This is what I tried to do, kind of, but no. This is weird. I can do that, like where I give it a length. Yeah, I can try the value index, that's true. This is really like this way actually would be pretty cool. Maybe I'll just do that. So that trick is, there's this new array from, I hope that I'm using Babel to I think we're using Babel. Should be using Babel to transform this. Yeah. So it should turn this into some other JavaScript, I guess. I don't know. But what this is going to do, if I do 1,000 dot keys, now it should work. Yep. SifXS, thanks for following. Appreciate it. That actually works. And then I can do something a little snazzy. That if index greater than 0, and it's funny that you see the animation. Like I'm looking at it. I'm using Streamlabs for both my animation overlay, but I also have it on another screen, and they update in different orders. Yeah, I like that. I like what you're saying there with the keys dot map. I don't need the array from, do I? That should work. Yeah, because I'm adding one, so it is the same thing. Yeah, that works fine. No, it doesn't. I haven't saved it yet. Am I doing full stack? I'm just doing the UI on this project. I'm a full stack dev, but on this, with this client, I only do front end stuff. That's not totally true, but maybe, like I've been working for this client for, I think it's 11 years. Since 2007, 2008. And back then I did a lot of PHP stuff for them. But now we don't use PHP. I do some Node.js stuff on the server sometimes, but most of the, nowadays we do like APIs written in Python. I'm not on that team at all. I just do the user interface. So if index is greater than 0, we're going to have the letter, oh no, if index is greater than 1, we're going to have the letter S. Check that out. What did I break? Is there a console error? Array keys map is not a function. I don't know what array keys is returning if it's not an array. That's weird. I guess that's why you need the array from. Check it out. 1 coin to 1,000 coins. I wonder why it's not 1,001 coins. I don't know. Oh, because it's like a length of 1,000, so it's probably 0 to 999. 2 still says coin. You're right. So it is actually index greater than 0, the way I'm doing it. Thank you for catching that. This is one of the many reasons I love streaming on Twitch, because you guys are my quality assurance team. And my tech support. And lots of other stuff. Yeah, I'm going to stop working on this 1 coin thing, because I think it's fine now. And there's like a 80% chance I'm going to be asked to change it to something else. So I need to make that look more like the other stuff. I think I just do form control class name. Yep. That's kind of Windowsy look. I'm on Linux, but I don't know. So there's that. Now, this color input is somehow supposed to look like this, but that's, I don't know, that's like a made up control as far as I know. Or maybe that's how color inputs look on Mac. I don't know. But I'm going to try to make it look more like this by capping the width and then trying to get that text to the side. Not quite like this. So I think I can straight up style it in here under the advanced thing here. Maybe in Safari. Yeah, I don't know. It could be that. If I do input type equals color, I'll just say like width is, that's like 200-ish. Nope. Is the style not applying there? Oh, I have an ID on this one. I just use that. Okay. I'm gonna take my headphones off. They're giving me a headache. And I don't really need to hear myself anyway. We might get a color palette. We as in, like, Mac users? Oh, a color palette component. Like a React thing, I mean. Can I do display inline and that'll make the text come up? Yep. But it'll also make that come up. Doesn't work at all. So you just get a form input. Yeah, that might be a reason for using something other than input type color. But I'm going to say that's beyond the... I mean, it's disabled in this demo anyway. Like, there's no way to change the color anyway. It's almost like hinting that maybe later you can. Or telling you why you can't. Even though you've seen other coins of different colors. Stuff like that. I don't know. This is a little too big. I will do display... No. I think I can do it with a floating on the text or something. Float left. Cool, thanks. No. Then I don't want to float that. What I want to do is, I guess, make the label display block. That one. I can probably make all the labels display block because here it's fine. The label rather. Then this can be display inline with a margin right of 1 EM to push the with display inline, the width has no effect. I disagree. I disagree, editor. It does have an effect. But I will make it inline block for your own sanity. That will be the same thing. Gotta go. Alright, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I might be streaming again tomorrow or else next week. Hope to see you then. Something bad just went down. I don't know. I thought I set this to... Why isn't this one taking effect? Oh, I'm in the contents. Contents. So it goes there. Would make more sense. That's getting pretty good. That's like not super far off of that. I guess I'll make that small bold, but not that one. I need to wire this up, and then I think I could use some breathing room there. I could just do like a margin top on here. No. I could do it here maybe. No? Or it needs to be bigger? Yeah. Does that look more... Maybe 1.5? Yeah, so on create a coin value... I guess these IDs are paying off, even though I didn't want to have them. 1.5 EM here. We should be... That's pretty good. So I think the last thing I need to wire up is making this number change as you slide. We may want to change, I guess we want to change the coin as you slide. I don't know how that'll perform, because if you remember, every time I redraw the coin, oh cool. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think I might have used that a few years ago, actually, now that I see it. Sketch picker. Yeah, I remember seeing this, at least. None of them are super like the one in the mock-up, but they're pretty similar. Like, this one's pretty similar. At least part of it. Okay, I'm going to keep that around. I need to find out more about... Like, this one's disabled anyway, so I'm not sure when or if we'll need it to work for real. But if we do, I think I'll go with that, where'd it go? With the color picker here. I guess all I need to do is have like an input with like a preview color part here, and then when you click it, then it'll open up one of these. I think that's how it'll work. So maybe what I'll do right now is just replace it with an input with this, whatever code color the default is. Instead of being type color, it'll be type text. But then what I could do is like weirdly put it as the background color on the whole input, which is not what the mockup has, but it sort of achieves the same thing. You know, like this might be okay. This is already closer to the mockup in a way. I'm happy with that. Then I want to make this bold to match it. I'm just going to use inline style here. Font weight, bold. I could probably actually just use a strong tag. That's less code, isn't it? And in fact, I don't need this. Yeah, the small is good. What's a strong lock look like? That looks really good. I can put that over here. Hello, OIC Red. Thanks for joining. How's your day going? Mine's going pretty good. Okay, I'm going to wire this into this number. So, this number's value. Good to hear that. When this changes... Okay, let's take a step back. I'm going to turn this into a class. This will be the render function of that class. Cool, what kind of videos you make? So I need some state on this class, and I'll do that with a constructor that calls super, and then sets this dot state to, so like value will be 1 by default, and then value will come out of that state. And then when you change the value on change, it'll call set state value on event target value. Is it that simple? Yep. But something weird's going on now. Huh? Why isn't that moving? It like changes, but... Okay. Do I need to like accept the change? That's different from most inputs. I'm just looking to see if they show me how to do it. I don't know. I don't know what event they're using because they're not showing me that code. So HTML5 range. Let's go to the official MDN docs, which is not official, but I treat it like it is. So data list. That's really trippy. I didn't know about that. I don't know if any browsers support it, but that's really neat that you can do that. I've never seen data list. New to me. Vertical, that's cool. What I want is tell me how to do the events and why it's not redrawing. So, what if I comment this out? Or what if I replace it with just true? Does it have to do with... Oh, yeah, totally. I already know what it is. It's this value. Has to be value. That's the thing with React is like... it's called a controlled input, so you need to... If your state reflects what the value should be, then you need to pass the value back into the thing for it to update. This'll work. Oh yeah. Now, should it redraw this every time? I think it should. I don't know what'll happen though. I don't know. So this will now be basically value plus, or I can do it like I'll do it like a template, using a template. I don't know what the 9's gonna be. Oh, right. I'm not in React in this part. This is just JavaScript. And same here, I guess. This is supposed to reflect the count. So I can have that be count and then do basically the same thing. So count by default is 1. It's based on that drop down. So when the drop down changes, only when user releases mouse click, yeah, I will do exactly that if necessary. You're restarting your channel to say BB old content and hello new stuff because I started to make videos at 12 and now I'm 15 and my interests are not anymore the same. I totally understand that. Yeah, I made videos a couple years ago and I wouldn't say my interests are different, but because I was covering technology, like they've all changed. So I made like a series of how to use React, and half of what I'm doing in those videos is like you can't do it anymore. That's really hard. But I understand with interest changing too, for sure. Are you allowed to make videos when you're 12, or how does that work? You did it with your parents? I assume you mean on YouTube? What am I doing here? This dot set state. So count will be whatever the event target value is. Yeah? No. You played Minecraft? Sweet. You don't play Minecraft anymore then? Is that what changed? Or what are you into now? Different game? Oh, I need count in here. And then I need... Yeah, we're all adults on the internet? I guess so. On the internet, everyone's a child, I think. It's more accurate to say. Trying to see... I guess I'll just set the value to that to the count. I'm not sure if that... I think that is how you do it in React. Well, this changed. That's good. Oh, cool. You're making games with Unity. That's really neat. Yeah, I guess it's quite a big shift from playing games to making games. So, if I change this, look how that performs. You would never know. Every time this number changes, all this gets destroyed and recreated. Maybe on like a phone that would be bad. But again, I'm just going to leave it because like I don't want to spend too much time optimizing things based on me guessing what might go wrong, maybe. I'd rather like... Because a lot of the time I do that, it turns out it was for nothing. I'll just work on stuff that is obviously important right now and not worry so much about the maybe someday important. That's pretty good. Add it to your collection. Add. Okay, that part's not working, but that's not part of the modal. So I do need to like hook that in. So when you click add, something will happen, but I don't know what that is, but I might not be the one who programs what that is. So I'm going to like collect all the data into a spot and have some kind of like to do comment and then say to do, take these values and go do something. I guess it's supposed to go to the done tab. Is the caret in front of advanced being upside down, was it intentional? I'm going based on the design, so it should be pointing up when advanced is open. It should be pointing down when advanced is closed. Yep. Intentionally designed. Yep. This is looking pretty good. I think I might be having trouble because I put in that CSS to like force it visible. Active. Show active. Missing an E there. I'm just going to click next until... There's a last step, but it's not wired up, so let me figure out why. It should go to nav done. It should... This is nav done. That all looks the same to me. Do I have the done in the list? Done tabs there. Done tab is not there. Oh, am I doing something stupid in my done tab, like not returning anything? Yeah. There we go. That should do it. Next, 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 next. Add. Congratulations, your new cred coin is now in your collection. And this is supposed to be this. No, this. So it's going to be that front back again. It's going to have give to a friend, but I'm not wiring any of that up right now. Oh, it is already wired up. Sorta. It's good enough. So I'm gonna again, not again, but yeah, again. When you click, as you're doing the state, I should have remembered that I want to pass that up. So I had it managed in here, but really I want those to be props, because at the end of the day, at the end of the process, it's going to be, I want that parent component to know all the data so that it can pass it on to something. Drone420, thanks for the follow. This. So I'm going to revert that, but nothing should change inside the component. What needs to change is just the parent component. So this now needs value. In theory, color too. I'll add it. I'll add it and pass it in. I'll wire it up properly because I think one day there will be a color. So this will actually be color, background color, color. So that's coming from somewhere, some parent thing. I'm not going to wire up the fact that color's locked or not yet. That's a little bit too much work, but while I'm doing this stuff, I might as well throw those in. Name should be default, no, value should be default to 1 cred. Count should be default to 1. And then I need to pass those down. Is learning web dev worth it for the money? The Noob Life asks. Thanks for watching. I wouldn't learn it just for the money. Like, I wouldn't do anything just for the money, to be honest. If you like it, if you like programming, and you are trying to find like a niche within the programming scene, then web dev's good. But I don't think that's what you're asking, is it? You're asking, does it pay well when you... Yeah, it can. It can pay poorly if you're just starting out, and it can pay very well if you've been doing it a long time. But it's a lot of... Like with anything else, it'd be like saying, is learning how to play tennis worth it for the money? Depends, you know. How long are you going to do it? Do you love it? Are you going to be one of the best in the world at it? All that kind of stuff. It's like anything else. And like tennis, like if you like it and you're already good at it, then it's worth investing more time and effort into getting better at it. If you don't like it, then probably not. All about the fun factor. Well put, Ginger. Alright, I got all distracted here. Value count. So I'm going to pass value and count into here. And you know what's happening? And now I'm like wondering if I should do it. I'm passing basically the same things into each of these. So... Noob Life, thanks for the follow. I take it my answer was good then. Backend dev. If you're interested in programming, there is like a bunch of different specializations. Don't do it solely for the money. Do what you enjoy. Synctastic, you said it. Can you see the site right now? The one I'm working on? It's broken. I'll show it to you when I get this figured out. So yeah, maybe I want to make like a coin object instead of passing all that stuff down all the time. Whatever. I'm going to pass it all into done too, because I'm going to be using it to render that. That might be good enough. Let's see if it works. No. Color is not defined? Oh, right. I need color in there too. I said I would pass that down too. Oops. Okay. Color's still not defined. I must be missing it here too. Yeah. And I'm probably missing it down in the add tab too. Yeah. Thank you for working. Let's just make sure. Okay, the color's there, number's there. This thing's broken. This thing's broken too. Because, I need like on, yeah, I need all that stuff. So just like I had on front image, on back image, I'll need like I'm drawing a blank. On value, on count, on color. Synctastic, yeah, I've been doing React since, I forget, it's like, I think it's about 4 years now. Like within a year of it coming out, I started working on it. I started using it. This is gonna get really redundant. What language am I using? This is all JavaScript. This is gonna get, I don't know if redundant's the right word, but it's gonna be very like the same 3 times. But I don't think I have a better way of, I think it's better that I just copy and paste this 3 times than have some kind of like complex like setter where you pass in a key and I don't know. Sometimes copying and pasting is just fine. On value, on count, on color. So I need to pass those all in. On value, on count, on color. Reformat that. Jinja jar, yeah. Full stack does let you do a lot more, eh? I do way more than just JavaScript. Like for this one client, I do all front end stuff. But then for another client, I do only back end stuff. And like for another client, I do a mix of the two. For another client, I do like I guess only server side. Like it's not a dynamic site, so it's really just like server side hosting. So it all depends on what the client needs. I think my specialty is in JavaScript, so like that's my niche, you know. Full stack C#, Angular front end, C# back end. Well, you speak many different languages than I do. SQL Server, yeah, I used SQL Server way back in the day. So when I do server side, it's either PHP or more recently Lua with Nginx, OpenResty, or maybe Node.js. Does this work now? No. Oh, I need to plug in the, yeah, of course. Because I was doing like this.setState, but now it'll be on whatever. So this one will be on value. This one will be on count. And then there's the on color. I'll put it even though, again, I don't know when that'll be turned on. We'll just do it. It can't hurt. Okay, all this should be fine. You know what? I do want to test that color thing. Let's undisable it and see if we can actually get it to work. So if I put in like red, no. Oh, I'm not passing it in. Pixel, welcome back. Out of curiosity, any reason you don't use Storybook when developing your components? The reload and click through has to be frustrating. No. Storybook, I don't know what that is. The reloading process? It auto-reloads. Like, you probably see me reload, but that's just my, like, habit from, 15 years of doing this. But, like, this is here, and then, like, if I change one character here and save and go back, I'm not touching. Oh, that wasn't enough. It says nothing changed. I gotta actually change something. So if I don't know, change the text, save, go back, it refreshes itself. Because it's a modal, I have to like walk through it. I could like set this up so when it refreshes, it's already on the right tab of the modal, but I thought it doesn't take me that much work to click through it. Webpack. Yep. What's bracket? Never heard of that. Japulia, thanks for the follow. And Kosi QQ, I missed that one too. Thank you. Hello. I need to pass the color in here. Brackets.io. Storybook. Brackets. So it like lets you edit the CSS inline in a way. That's neat. And Storybook. Just watching this demo video here. I think you can see it. So is it different than like an auto, like I'm not sure what it's doing other than auto refreshing. It gives you like a nav. Or it's like, I see, so you can like work on your React components outside of the site with like dummy data, that kind of thing. Yeah, I do need something like that sometimes. Basically right now the whole site is that, but I don't know if you caught the start of it, but with the latest branch, with the latest commits, it's using live data now, so I kind of do need something where I can test it without live data. So I think this is working. I'm going to do one final test with my favorite text. I'm going to upload example cat. Coin. Andre, welcome back. Yeah, I think it's all put together now. Let's do some back image. That's where I was using like that. Now, I enabled this, even though it should be disabled, but I'm just curious to see it work. No, it doesn't work. It really doesn't need to work. I was just trying to get it to work, if that makes sense. This works. Oh, you see it is janky now? Because as I pull it, it's redrawing this like a million times. I forget who it was, but someone had an example or a suggestion that I only change this when you let go. I think I will do that. And then this should be fine. 12:12. And then, yeah, that wasn't my final test. I'm not done yet. I'm going to copy that coin front back to the final step. It should be almost exactly the same as the previous step. Almost. I'll have most of these props. I'll pass those through here. I don't need the change handlers though. And I'm curious to make that color changing work, because I think we do need that one day. I mean, obviously, it's part of the thing, so. Color. On color. All that should work, wouldn't it? RED. And if you look, got next props. Oh, you know, that's somewhere else. But actually, that's, yeah, so I'm not passing color in. Color's not getting passed in somewhere. Maybe front, back. Oh, I see it. I think color needs to be part of this. That's how I have it set up. So I have to I guess you could have a back with a different color than the front. Like in theory, but not in my system. I'm still not seeing color. Let me check out the coin. Maybe that's where. I don't know if I've used a coin with a different color yet in this system. No, I'm not passing color at all. Oh, I still call it background color. Is it background color? Text color, background color. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So I actually need to call it background color here. Angular makes you sad. Angular is quite a system. It's almost like its own programming language, isn't it? Yeah. I like how the dark center looks too. Anyone know any good CSS colors to try out here? I think avocado is one. No. There's like salmon. I know. I don't know, there's a lot of weird ones. Orange. Green. That's pretty cool. It works. I don't need it, but yeah, thanks. Thanks, Synctastic. BADA55. Thanks for the suggestion, Ganska. Let's try it out. It's not going to be some offensive color, is it? No, it's very nice. Teal. Let's check teal out. I really like that hex code. Oh, that one's nice too. I don't know. I like them both. Front and back would be good, those two. Not those two, these two. Okay, I'm just screwing around right now. Let's move on. So I do want to make that color input disabled for now. Am I streaming Swift? I'm using OBS, is that what you mean? Swift is like a different program? What time is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up shortly. Let's just do one more test. iOS? No. I'm using Linux. Is a language? Is what a language? Oh, Swift? Is Swift Swift. Swift, the iOS language. Yeah, sorry. No. No, I'm not using Swift. This is JavaScript and React. I've never done iOS programming, not really. Yeah. I find it really weird when platforms develop a programming language that you have to use to program on their own platform. Like iOS with Swift. Like Roku has its own. If you want to program for Roku, you have to learn the Roku programming language. Ethereum is also weird. To program stuff with Ethereum, you have to learn like the Ethereum programming language. I find that always weird because not that I'm against learning new languages, that's not a big deal, but learning such a specific platform language that not many people are using, you're not going to find good like docs on it. You're not going to find a community for it. You're not going to like, you know what I mean? Like JavaScript is what, 20 something years old, or around 20 years old, and a lot of things have been ironed out and improved on it over those 20 years. But with like the Roku programming language, TJ Cravey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, Python's cool. JavaScript I like quite a bit. JavaScript for the win, I agree. Always bet on JavaScript, they say. Am I all done, everything? I don't know, let's try it out. Last 5 years has been huge for JavaScript. Once they like figured out the committee thing. Zillium X1, yeah, this is React. This, I'll call it TwitchCoin. How about that? That's my popular name. TwitchCoin. And the picture has to be my test example cat. It just has to. The back of it, I'm going to do my... Is this for myself? It's for a client. I'm on the clock right now. NTTPS, thanks for the follow. Let's use that. Doesn't look good, but whatever. I can't change that, but I can make it really valuable. Yeah, I forgot about that jank. He or they want me. I'm working for a company doing a new cryptocurrency, and this is a user interface. You just watch me make my new coin, and that's exactly what I'm making, is this wizard. Last week I made the coin. You can, in my, if you want to watch the old videos, I did this starting last Wednesday, so everything from this coin to this whole process is done in those videos on Twitch and YouTube. But anyway, so I rendered this coin, then I did this whole walkthrough where you can make your own coin. It's redrawn on change, and you know what it is like, there's a lot of, like, you can see it in the console there, that as I'm scrolling, there's like, it keeps changing, right? Like there's a lot, it's like queues up these change events. So when I go from here to there, it has to do like all the in-betweens. So if I debounce this, do I get paid well for this? Yeah. Yep. I don't know why you're saying he, but it's a company. Anyway, so these numbers, whatever. I want to just see if the last step looks good. It's no problem. There is a boss of the company, and it is a man, so you are right, in a way. This looks good. I don't like the gray on done. Not sure why that's there. Super minor thing, but... Where's that color coming from? Color inherit? Because... I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really sure where that color is coming from. Like, I'd think it'd be white, being a... Oh, because it's not actually a button, it's a link? Maybe that's why. Alright, I'm going to change that to a button for no good reason. Well, for that reason. And then I'm going to try on... So I'm doing on change for that slider. I know there's on input, and I don't know if that's a difference, but that might be enough to make it a difference. And if it's not, what I'm going to do is debounce in the coin rendering. What that means is, well, I'll tell you if I have to do it. Mouse up. Yeah, but you might not be using a mouse. You can use a keyboard too. How did I learn web dev? I made my first website when the web came out. And I kept doing different stuff since then. Does that answer it? I went to university in 99 through 2003, and there was no web stuff at all in there. I did do a little bit of web before that in high school in 98. My computer class in high school, we did the high school's website. But it's just been doing different stuff over the years, mostly for work. I could cut down on those renders with some should component update magic on the stuff that isn't changing. Yeah, but you might not know, Pixel, that the coins are re-rendering not with React. They're using the widget kind of thing I made for them. So let's visit the coin itself. Now the coin does this like a bit of workarounds already to improve rendering, because if we render off screen it breaks. So I think what I'm going to do here is basically, actually I'm going to take out that console log, because that can impact performance. If you're like logging a ton of stuff, that can impact it. So maybe that's actually causing the jank. I don't know. Ooh, oh, I missed a step. Oh, stupid. Let's go back. So yeah, there should probably be a back button, but I'll add it when I'm asked to. Nah, it's still pretty janky. So what I can do is basically, I can like debounce it. So if I make like a timeout, what I can say is like re-render the coin in 10 milliseconds, and then if then immediately after it's like re-render it again with this different data, you go, okay, cancel the previous re-render now in 10 milliseconds. You like control how often it gets re-rendered. So to do that, node env equals production. Oh, you mean in terms of React acting different? I'm not using actually React, I'm using Preact. So I don't think Preact needs the node env. Preact is probably also impacting performance in that sense. But none of that matters. I don't think it's either of those, to be honest. I think it's my code that's slow, because I know what's going on here. A lot of stuff happens when this gets blown out. Well, not a lot of stuff. It deletes an element, creates a new element. It actually creates a bunch of new elements, and then it calls this circle text library, which has to lay out the font. So there's this, whenever you're like changing DOM, measuring the DOM, then changing it again, remeasuring it, you're forcing the browser to calculate everything again. And that's just kind of what you need to do to get this rounded text, because it's got to draw the text, measure the width of each letter, calculate all this stuff, and then redraw it. I think that's the slow part. It's actually not too bad. I don't have an image right now. That might be part of it, that it had to keep redrawing the images. But I'm still going to bounce it. So stupidest way to do that would be, I'm going to make a constructor. I guess I'll use state. The thing is, state is already asynchronous. Okay, I won't use state. I'll use, I'm probably not supposed to do this, but I'll use an render bounce, kind of like that I can access in here. Then I'll make like an, I'll make render coin now. And like, it's silly, but you'll see. Render coin. These are calling this one. This one's actually going to do this. If this dot render bounce, clear timeout this dot render bounce, then this dot render bounce equals set timeout, and it's going to call this dot render coin now. with the props. This. And then that should be it. Oh yeah, so I need to say how often, basically. Let's do 100 milliseconds. So it'll re-render 10 times a second max. I don't actually need to set that the first time. That doesn't matter. Let's see how that works. Yeah, you can see there's like a tiny delay, and if I keep moving it, it never renders, and that's because I keep clearing that timeout. So effectively, it's kind of the same thing, that when you stop, it redraws, and only then. So only when you've been stopped for 1/10 of a second. I can probably reduce that, and then it'll draw more often, depending on how fast you're moving. But if there's like 30 in a row, like all at the same time synchronously, it'll only draw one of them for sure. If you go kind of slow, it does follow you. And notice the value here, that's able to keep up. That one I kept like that. It's only the coin itself that is throttled now. That's fine. You know what, I can reduce that. I can actually leave that off, basically set the time to 0, and what that'll do is all the synchronous ones will be batched. So but React already is doing some of that batching. That's why I don't know. I think this is good enough. That's probably good. It's like janky in its own way, but it's not interfering with because this is happening asynchronously, the dragging of this is never slowed down. It's only this that's slowed down. I'm happy with that. This is white now, so that turning it into a button worked. And the last thing I wanted to do is like wire up that add button so that when you click it, it actually, I'm gonna turn that into a button too. So when you click it, it calls some kind of on add that I'm not gonna implement right now. And then that'll be a hook for the parent component that will I can probably do it like this, and then I'm gonna make a give a coin. Oh yeah, so I won't do on add. I will call it add to collection, and then that's like my to do. That's where someone needs to do some work. Maybe it's me, maybe it's another developer, to add this coin to the user's collection. And I can basically do this here. I don't want to copy it. And then that way, when someone's like, oh, I need to add it to the collection now, they can go in here and hopefully find this code and be like, okay, I just need these values, and I'll drop them in whatever, and deal with uploading these images, deal with, I don't know, color. I think, yeah, I'll leave it there. So I think I'm done. I think I'm done for today. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to... Oh, Raquel, thanks for the follow in the last seconds of this stream. I'm going to wrap this up for today. I don't know. I think because of how far I got today, I probably won't be on tomorrow. It'll probably be next week. I'm going to aim for mostly Wednesday streams. So let's say Wednesday at 11 a.m. Expect me to be around for the most part. Otherwise, I'll try to announce it in advance. That kind of thing. Kaylor, thanks for the follow too. I feel bad you guys following in the last seconds of the stream because I feel like you probably just started watching, but maybe you're following because I'm ending. Yeah, follow, and hope to see you next time. It's been great. You guys are very helpful, and it's a lot more fun to work with some people tagging along. It's been good. So hope to see you next time, and thanks for watching. You have a good weekend too. Thanks. Cheers.